Halloween is an awful time for survivors. Awful time for survivors. And I just want to point out, they bring up the fact that I was abusive to Sarah when she was a puppy. And that wasn't, again, they're making that I got Sarah and was losing I was losing my mind. But as soon as I got Sarah, then my partner came along, and then within a year, my mom was living with us. And so, but from the abuse that I went through as a kid, and then going through what I went through in Franklin and having David Klotz murdered, and they danced around about it, you know, the gift from Alan Baird, it was the towel that had David's bone and brain fragments in it, you know? Yeah, I was a bit angry, you know? Thank God for therapy. Thank God for shamanism, because I was able to actually, because anger and rage is exhausting. It's exhausting. But these motherfuckers actually are the most hateful people I've ever seen. You know? I'm not excusing my shit, but you know about that because I wrote about it, so I didn't hide it. You know? That's the whole thing, is that you guys all hide your shit. And you want me to be accountable for something, that happened 31 fucking years ago. But you're fucking trafficking kids now. I'm not excusing it. It didn't last very long. And so what? When you can walk on water, you go ahead and send me an invitation. I'd love to take the class. You know? You're trying to do everything, your side is trying to do everything they can to actually turn me into the bad guy, so nobody looks at your fucking criminal enterprise. You know? And that's the whole thing. And then you're in here as an anonymous motherfucker dancing around, you know? Dude, you're in here on the side for the fucking child traffickers. And to pretend that you're not while you're doing what you're doing is stupid, you know? God only knows who you are. You could be Geo. You could be Daniel Dowd. They want me to shut up. They should have never fucking bragged about murdering my friend, Owen. They should have never fucking bragged about it. Any goddamn moron could have told you that. But not these two. Oh no, not these two. You know? These two had to brag about it. I'm not a criminal, but I didn't realize that when you murder someone, you should go post shit so that people know on YouTube. You know, because that makes fucking sense. And that just happened 2 fucking years ago. What happened with Sarah was a puppy 31 years ago. Sarah's been long dead. She died of old age. You know? But they fucking murdered Owen 2 years ago. They're fucking still trafficking kids now, right now. But yeah, what happened 31 fucking years ago is the issue. But they're fucking criminal asses, murdering people, bragging about it on YouTube, doing whatever the fuck they want. So pressing. We should focus on what happened, what I did in 30 ago. You know? And try and make it all out about me so that no one fucking looks. They're hurting children right now. They're in child trafficking ring right now. Murdered tons of people. They have a lot of fucking dead people, all this fucking one of them. You know? Right now. But you're right. something that I never hid, that I wrote about in my book, that happened 31 fucking years ago. That's what everyone should focus on. And people wonder why the world is in the shape it's in. Because people will justify, rationalize, and defend fucking evil. And then people wonder why survivors who have to go through this seem angry, you know? You think Virginia